Welcome. Chime in, everyone who is on the line. It is happy Thursday for all those who are in state, in America, international, wherever you at. Welcome. I am your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show podcast. Welcome, guys. How's everyone week been? I thought I'd do a little something different on my platforms. For some, y'all see my background look different on TikTok. For those who on Instagram, you see it look different. Those who on Restream Live, you see a little different here. So I'm excited. I am really excited to see you guys. I'm really excited that you guys are here. I know that y'all week for some has been amazing. For some who's still going through a little bit of struggle, but that's okay. Give me that thumbs up, that hit that like button and share. Let me know if you can hear your sister on the platform. Hit that like button, Let me know if you guys can hear me. Type it in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. I want to make sure that I don't have any technical difficulties going on in the background. So definitely let me know if you guys can hear me. So I'm not going to hold you guys up too long today. This is going to be a little short, yet it's going to be a very deep topic. I know that I might be stepping on some eggshells with some, but that's okay because this topic blew my mind this week when I was looking at a video with a young woman who was newly divorced and she was married. And the transformation of her life was very beginning stage was amazing, yet it was like, what happened? So with that being said, for those who are on TikTok, you're going to see that the topic was a little short. For those who are on Instagram and other platforms, you're going to see what the topic is about. But this is episode 38, dealing with the topic of why do some women commit infidelity after losing weight? Now, this is a little separate from other topics and other agendas for those out there. And I know some of my sisters are gonna be like, well, hold on, wait a minute. Why it always got to be about the women? But at the end of the day, we have to look at the fact is that we are the core of everything. Everything comes from us. And it does put on a load, but yet this topic is something that you need to share. If you know someone who has been through this or is doing this now and going through it, or know someone else, please share this with them because this is very necessary. Hit that like button and share. I'm your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show today. This topic is on episode 37 on why do some women commit infidelity after losing weight? So I'm going to kind of sum it up a little bit on why this topic is very necessary. So as I was looking at this video, on this video, which I know I wish I can be able to share it, on TikTok when it's live, but I would do that on another separate video and give some glimpse. But this young lady had lost over 100 pounds. She was married to an amazing man that you can tell. She was about 400 something pounds. She was a very big woman. When she got married, she was a big woman. And so with that being said, that goes to tell you that her husband chose her. The man that loved her chose her. He didn't care how big she was, what her size was. He chose her. That means she did something amazing for him to handpick her. And with that being said, during the process, she started to lose weight. And so it's like, as she was losing weight, sometimes for some of us women, not all, if you are newlywed and you are already, a certain size as you are now in a relationship and you're newly married, you will lose weight. You want to build that confidence. And if you and your spouse do it together, that's an amazing thing. Because I know I've done it. And I know that I lost weight with my spouse. But on the other hand, there are some sisters out here who lose weight. And like this one here, she lost weight. As a process in losing weight, she allowed herself to get in a deep situation, a dark hole that she should not have allowed, that has messed up her marriage. And as for some of us, we see certain videos and movies. I know you guys be on Tubi watching movies where people are married and the infidelity on both sides. I mean, still, it's not just happening to women, it even happened to men where people gain weight before they were married or during the process, and then all of a sudden they do something and they decide to lose weight. What are you deciding to lose weight for? And that's what this woman was doing. She said she wanted to lose weight for the better for herself. However, as she started losing this weight better for herself, she allowed herself to go down a different path that she should not have allowed. She opened a door that she should not have opened, which caused her to have some things that entered into her marriage. So, with that being said, in this video, she states that after she lost 100 pounds, she started feeling herself. She started going out with her girlfriends more. She ended up meeting other girlfriends who were single. And as she went on to meet other girls that were single, she also continued to go out to these same places. Not just that, she was even being flirtatious on the job. And how it started because someone else opened that doorway and she took it and she ran with it. What do I mean by that doorway? That means that it was a new co-worker at her job. And in the process of this, he was interested in her. And she knew she was married. And he knew that she was married. Yet she still desired to take it further than what it was supposed to. So with that being said, in the process, it ended up being where telephone numbers was being exchanged. As she's telling her story, as she is telling her story, and I mean, it was just crazy. I was like, okay, this lady is telling her story, and I'm like, okay, why did you not stop? In the midst of telling her story, she goes to admit that when she started going out with her girlfriends, guys, that she technically would leave the party to meet up with the coworker. Now she's still telling this story throughout the whole entire time. And guess what? She ends up continuously always. She said she started going out every weekend. Her husband thought it was strange. They had just, in the midst of that, just had their newborn baby. Newborn baby. Now, mind you, no sexual contact was done within the process of that because she had already had a newborn baby after, before after losing the weight. She had her newborn first and she lost the weight after. But then to still turn around and you get yourself together, you got a newborn baby, your husband's at home, he's taking care of your child. I applaud this brother. I applaud any brothers who are out there who are taking care of their children and putting in the work. I applaud you. I give kudos. I salute you, my kings. I have to give credit where credit is due. And as she is going out on dates with her coworker and is using her girlfriends and going out to the lounges and club as a way of coming and going, she's still messing with this man. I'm not even done yet. She gets pregnant by this guy. Technically, she don't even know if she's pregnant by this guy or her husband. So then she goes and aborts. That's another thing. She aborts the baby. And I'm like, oh my God. What's going on, sister? Why? Why? You just got married. Within the marriage, you lost the weight a little bit. You had a child, then you lose the weight some more to go and turn around and start. I mean, what was it? The attention? And she said it. She said, and I quote, that she started to notice the attention she was getting. She said she was loving it. She started smelling herself. And this is something that has to be, I don't even want to use the word corrected, has to be held accountable. To anyone who's out there and you're married and you're in a relation in this marriage, and this is nothing that you and your spouse, I don't condone these things at all. First, I have to put that out here. I don't condone any infidelity in anyone's marriage on any side. I really don't. And if you have never sat down, I mean, I've known some couples that sit down and talk before they got married and started already knowing what it was that they wanted. So there was a choice they decided to make, and that's what they put in their marriage. That's up to you. I still don't condone it. Because once you open up a door, you allow other things to come into the midst of that. And it's hard to get your relation back in check. Well, in the process of this lady didn't know who the father of her child was, she decided to have an abortion. She aborted the baby. And it broke my heart as I was listening to this story. And I was like, are you serious? You aborted your baby. I'm like, come on, guys. You know how hard it is for some women to actually get pregnant and you was blessed, but yet still you wouldn't even have to be in that circumstance if you didn't allow yourself to be in it. The sister didn't even use no protection. Like seriously, she didn't use no protection. So she's going from her husband to this guy. And she's telling the whole story the whole entire time, guys. Like for real, for real. Again, I'm not trying to sit here and knock nobody, but I gotta put it out there to hold us sisters accountable. Don't allow yourself to go out here if you're married in a relationship and you're doing something that's going to jeopardize what you have. Now, she did say in the process of her marriage, she was unhappy because of after having a child, there's some sisters who had postpartum depression. And that's going to be another topic one day I'm going to talk about on this podcast, but postpartum depression. And I'm like, that's serious. So I get it. It's a serious thing. Postpartum depression, no joke. Postpartum depression is no joke for those who do not know about it. I definitely will talk about it in another podcast from this time so that you guys will be aware of what that is and why, you know, things happen with your spouse, your woman. And so anyway, come to find out the guy she was messing around on her husband with, he already was in a relationship. So this guy in a relationship, you messing around with him, apparently you knew about it. They were messing around for 2 years, guys. 2 years infidelity. 2 years. So 2 years of this going on. You expected to leave your husband to go to this guy who has another woman, and you expect him to leave her to come to you? Well, guess what? She thought wrong because he didn't. And I ain't even done yet. He had other women. The one he was living with and with was his main woman. And he saw your weakness. He saw her weakness. So to all sisters out there, if you are married or in a relationship, don't jeopardize what you have to think is better on the other side. The same model we give out here for men, we got to also do too. Because if we don't, we lose value in ourselves. And that's not good. It's not good at all. Like, we really got to think about that, guys. It's not good at all. What are you willing to lose? Are you willing to lose everything? You willing to lose what you have for something that you are unsure? You may feel sure, but you could be unsure of what really is on the other side. Those who are just chiming in, Vanell and the King and the Queen, Keisha, thank you guys for chiming in on TikTok. I'm your co-host, Cynthia J, on the podcast show. This topic is dealing with why do some women commit infidelity after losing weight? I mean, there's, even if it's not just weight loss, there's still some sisters out here that still do it. I was just like, I was watching, I know some of you guys watch Country Wayne, right? I actually had time to actually watch it. I know you guys know about Amber on Country Wayne. So if anybody that haven't followed Country Wayne and watched some of his little his skits and stuff, that's a good example. People be making these skits to let you know that this is actual stuff that actually happened. So these are things that are happening on a daily basis, and people are unaware of it. On a daily basis, people are out here committing infidelity and all kinds of stuff, and not even being honest to themselves, nor the person that they're with. But then, to my sisters, don't lose value of yourself. Don't lose what you have, because it will bite you. It will bite you hard. It will bite you hard. You're better off if you unhappy, say that you're unhappy. It's like we all sit up here and we've all watched the Maury Povich show and all these other shows for years. Jerry Spring, all these crazy shows they make a whole bunch of money off of stuff. For what? For what? Just for to make people look foolish. Just for to make them look foolish. But I'm telling you, don't allow yourself to be another Jerry or Maury or another divorce court, because this sister lost everything. Everything. She lost everything. Her husband found out. He found out. When he found out, she stated that he left for a couple weeks. He came back. He asked more questions. And see, what some of us women don't know, a real man. I'm not talking about these guys out here now, and some of these guys are scary. I'm talking about a real man. A real man is going to assess that situation real quick. He ain't going to tolerate that. So this brother turned around. He was asking her questions. Even in the process, she was still giving him the answers. And eventually they divorced. And she admitted it. She said I was unhappy. She was unhappy in her marriage because she was unhappy with herself, because she should have known not to marry the person that she thought she was going to live with for the rest of her life. Not only did she waste her time, but she wasted his time. She wasted his time and his life. Now they got a blessing out of the mix of the beautiful child, but you wasted and lost valuable time and put a damper on this brother's heart. He could have been with somebody else that would have been more worthy. Like, seriously, this brother could have been with somebody else who was more worthy to him. But he felt that he thought that she was worthy. And that's the sad thing. To turn around and to see a sister do something like that. I'm not saying that people don't fall short. People do fall short. But if you are married and you're in a relationship, whatever your relationship leads you to, guys, please don't allow yourself to be caught up in something that would damage what you have. Like, for real. Like, we can sit up here all day, sisters, and just talk about the men too, but we got to look at ourselves as well. We got to look at ourselves too. Look at your sons. If you have young men, they are watching you. That's another thing. I've seen and I've actually personally experienced this with someone that I knew that I really cared for as a friend, and was doing this to their spouse. I couldn't even hang around them no more. Because I was just like, nah, anything that's going on over there, I don't desire to be a part of it. I don't want it to jump on me. You know what I'm saying? Blessings, prophetess. I see you, sister, on Restream. Good seeing you. I pray all is well with you, sis. But yes, thank you guys who are still chiming in on TikTok. Leonard, Venice, Chelsea Wise, Tish. Bless y'all guys. Hit that like button. Share this. Chat with me. But yeah, and it was very sad after hearing her lose all this weight. You got married. You was 300 something pounds. You lost 100 pounds, and you were still losing weight after giving birth to your child. And you have a man that's going to work, working at home, doing what he do best, bringing in, the funds. All he desired for you just to work a decent job. He didn't ask for much. Comes home to you. So apparently you unhappy this whole entire time. To me, if you unhappy, that means you were unhappy before you even got married. I could be wrong. Because I always tell people who get into a marriage or any relationship to always make sure that you check yourself first. Like, seriously, check yourself first, because you don't need to go into a marriage. Oh, I love you too, sis. You don't need to go into a marriage or a relationship and you haven't healed wounds. Not banish them, heal them. People go out here and they figure, oh, I banish my wound and I move on to the next. It don't work like that. Heal whatever you got going on with you. Talk to your spouse. Even to my brothers, same thing. If any of you guys are having some kind of insecurity or whatever it may be that you have going on from past to present, work on that before you get into that marriage. Work on that before you move on to a next relationship. You don't hear people talking about these on talk shows and podcasts just for nothing. Some do it for entertainment. I'm not doing this for entertainment. I do this because it hurts me to see too much of this going on to everybody across the board. And relationships and families are being torn apart. Like, seriously. You're right. She thought she was better than that after she lost weight. Some women do think they better than that. You'd be very amazed. The type of women that's out there now are not like the type of women that were a previous time. Now, don't get me wrong. The type of women that's now were still there back in the day, but they moved different. They did things differently. This is another thing she said. You're right. Make sure all wounds are healed from your past before marriage. Don't drag them into someone else's life. And this is true. You don't ever need to drag somebody else into what you still got going on. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you married or you just building a relationship. You need to nip that. As the saying go, nip that in the bud now. Because if you don't nip it now, then that's going to continue to go on and on and on. Hearing this lady's story, you know what it reminded me of the movie with Tyler Perry? For some of you guys have never watched, some people watch Tyler Perry, some haven't. But The Family That Prays. That movie is a right on point movie. The wife, a sister, married a husband. She's working. She gets an opportunity in a high corporate business with the family, her mom, and then worked for it. She was best friends with the mother of the family. After getting married, she turns around and messes around on her husband with the son of her mother's friend, whose husband died. And the son is repeating the same thing his father did, messing around with other women while he was married to his wife. And then this sister, while this hard working black brother going over here doing what he's supposed to do, this sister doing the same thing. Then they have a child together. So that it's like the same story. Everything is happening on the workplace. You couldn't keep yourself calm where you was at, support your man, and have him higher up, but you decide to open yourself to somebody else just to get up there. There's so many sisters that I meet that will work their way up to the ladder in a way that will devalue themselves. It shows to you that to most guys that you're just another woman from another side. They don't see anything worth valuing after a while, especially to a real man. And I'm talking about real man. They real hard to find now, guys. Like, seriously, there are some real brothers out there that is hard to find. The ratio is slim. There's more women out there than anything. And in the times and days we living in now, where people, especially brothers are decreasing because of, and this is no offense to those, but if I rub you the wrong way, that's not my thing. But I gotta speak the truth with the LGBTQ, brothers out here changing their sex and stuff like that and becoming women. And then you turn around, it's the ratio of brothers is low. Like, seriously. And the ratio of sisters is very high. So if you're out here doing what you're doing and you got a good one, you better hold on tight and let him know you are worth a lot of value, just as much as he is. I'm going to read this comment real quick, guys. So our sister said, infidelity, I believe, happens when a woman loses weight because she feels with the weight she couldn't get who she wanted. Ooh, come on. Ooh, I felt that one. Ooh, she wanted. So she settled for wanted. She settled for what she wanted. Huh. Yes, there's some sisters that settled. You'd be very amazed, but I'm gonna get back to that. Let me finish reading this. But then when she lost that weight, she feels she can get whoever, but whoever doesn't even want her. Ouch. Ouch. I felt that. Ouch. That's so true. You couldn't get what you want. And that don't even just go for women, that's men too. They do that. But it affects the woman the most. You turned around and you went and you settled and said, well, heck, this is what all I can get out here. So let me get it while I get it. You lost all that weight. Then you start, as the old saying go, you start smelling yourself getting up all out here, and then all of a sudden you attractive. I'm gonna tell you, as a married woman myself, I wasn't always small all my life, and I wasn't always big, so my weight used to fluctuate all the time. And then I had to learn in the process that you got to be careful with the type of people you attract. You got to learn how to have build confidence within yourself. Love who you are with a genuine heart, and don't expect anything from individuals. Because I used to get guys, even now while I'm married, they'll still try to holler at me while I'm married. And I'll tell them I'm married. Oh, and the first question goes, "Are you happily married?" To be hear that while you on the job and working place, or at a gas station or a grocery store, or you go out with your girlfriends to a jazz lounge or whatever, to hear that, and then you tell them you married, and they still trying to talk to you and they don't care. Yes. Even when I was growing up, the ones that didn't even talk to me, all of a sudden start talking to me. Cause now I look different than what I was then. Bye. Why am I gonna jeopardize what I got? I know what you doing over there. You want to know better then. That's how I see it. I'm gonna read this other part of the comment. Yep, you right. Yep, it's hard. It is so hard to find a real man that God created. It's very hard, guys. It's very hard. It's very hard because now some of my sisters that have young men who are not being raised in the way that they should be raised. And then they're going out here thinking that women are supposed to be this particular way when they're not. Even though it's a choice of yours to make, you should not go out here as a woman, as a young lady, carrying yourself in a way where it devalues you. I don't have to tell you how to dress. I shouldn't have to tell you how to talk, walk. I should. That's not my duty. Is to encourage you to, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you how you decide with your child, with your son, with your daughter. Here's another part. She said, "You don't know who is on the closet or not." Got that right. And the sister said, "You better wait on who God has for you." And to my brothers out there too, be careful. I salute those who are really out there trying to find the woman of high value. And to the ones who are out here that's putting too much of themselves, as if they don't look at the brothers that are out here. Because trust me, I meet some sisters who go right past the brothers, especially, growing up back in the day, the nerdy guys. I used to always be like, why you passing the nerds just to go with the popular guy? I mean, come on, for real, who does that? Am I going to pass a guy that he potentially, you don't know, he might got more than potential? You need not just a person that protects you, someone who makes sure that your grounds are rooted, your foundation is solid. He coming home to you. He desires to build not just an empire with you, and not just a dynasty with you, but a generation of a nation. So come on, how much more can you ask for? Now I'm not saying, attraction doesn't play a part in it. Yes, it does. Attraction plays a major big part in going out here. But don't lose yourself to go out here over something that is not even going to last, that's going to play you. And that's what happened to the sister. She got played. She got played. I'm telling you guys, she got played. She was disappointed and she got played. And she wished she never did it. But she doesn't regret. This is what she says. She doesn't regret that divorce occurred because she was already unhappy, which means that she was unhappy with herself. Like, seriously, she was unhappy with herself. And for those who would love to look this up, you guys, y'all can type in, it comes in two different ways. You can go on YouTube and type in, "I lost 100 pounds and cheated." I also looked at the brother on Coffee Pot, and he dissected this so very well, and I love how he did it. And I'm gonna see if I can play a little voice clip for you guys to hear it. So let me get to that because she did this interview with a young man, and it was very, very, very powerful. So I'm gonna play this back. And she looked beautiful, I'm telling you guys. Mhm. Right. Mm. Did you hear that? She thought with this guy, she was in love, guys. She thought with this guy, she was in love. Wow. Like, seriously, she thought that she was in love with this guy. And to even fathom that she thought she was in love with this guy, and it was difficult for her to even be with her husband, means that she never really even know what love was. She got to that altar and said, "I do." For what? For what? Let's go ahead and play a little bit more on that.
You're not mine. But I
No,
don't
he
want
was
you to.
mine. He was mine.
Mm.
I'm sorry, honey.
Y'all hear what she said? I don't know if y'all can hear that, but she said that the man she was messing with was hers. I'm only playing a few clips of this right now, but this is so necessary to hear. Let's play a little more.
He was mine.
How does your husband find out?
I confessed. I couldn't sleep. My conscience was eating me alive and I was exhausted.
Mm.
I was ready.
You want to know how her husband found out? She said she confessed. She confessed because it was eating at her spirit being, and she knew she was wrong. There's some sisters out here, they bold in a different way, bold in a different manner. Like, seriously. There it's just like at times, and I'm gonna tell you something one of my brothers told me a long time ago, way before I met my husband, when I was in an engagement, engaged to be married, when my spouse cheated on me. And the first thing he said, "Sis, I'm a man myself. I cannot explain to you why other men do what they do." He said there's times when he think as a man himself, they other men would know. To a certain degree, you do. But there's some other times when another man can't even figure that out, why the other man does what he does. That same thing go with women. There are times we don't even understand why they do what they do. I think and feel and sense at times and believe I know what they're doing, but then they do something that is a 360 loop, and I'm like, whoa, I would never even expect that. Never. But it gets like that, guys. It really does. It really does. And it's sad. It's sad that it has to be like that. But let's play that a little bit more, and then we gonna close out for the day.
Ready to leave my baby, leave my family.
What? I guess we're starting off real hot here. Ready to abandon your child.
Hear that?
Let's keep listening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I usually jump right into the interviews. I don't
I'm gonna
like
skip
to take.
past that part.
I was just tired of feeling that way.
You're ready for a comeback.
But these daggone commercials, guys, bear with me. But anyway, just to kind of like chime through all that, it was just sad. Very, very sad to even hear that. Like, this woman was ready to just leave it all. Leave it all, end it all. for somebody who didn't even want her. Do you hear? Welcome for those who still chiming in. We on today's topic is why do women commit infidelity after losing weight? I mean, she was willing to lose it all. Every time she went to lay down, she was willing to lose it all. But let me go back into this.
Come on, you've got that. What's that line rule with the lines and the person who's leaning in the most, obviously having the most interest? I mean, I don't know if you guys actually believe that stuff, but just based off this picture, I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Done.
I was speaking to someone that used to be fat, and they're a fitness person now.
Yep.
And one of the things she said to me was, "There's not a fat person that isn't depressed."
Yep, that's true.
I can agree with that. I was very depressed when I was at that weight. Very. Even throughout my marriage. And even my ex-husband would reassure me and tell me, "You're beautiful, don't worry."
See?
I still felt bad within myself.
See? Y'all hear that? So one of the issues that she had from day one was depression. She went into a marriage, a relationship, not dealing with what she should have had dealt with. And still, her husband reassured her. He reassured her, and always he loved her, no matter what it was. He married her. He proposed to her. What else can you get out of that? Let's keep hearing.
So he watches you lose this weight, but he loved you for who you were.
Yeah.
But you didn't love you for who you were.
Exactly.
Does he not diet with you? Does he not go to the gym with you? Does he not want to do all those things? Or he just sort of like...
He just supported me.
Right.
He was kind of comfortable where he was, and his main focus was just me and
Gotcha.
supporting me.
So his main focus...
Did you hear that? Her husband's main focus was to support her, guys. For those on Instagram, I know y'all guys can't really hear it. Yet again, the main focus was him supporting her. Come on. Come on, sisters. You got a man that love you for who you are, no matter which way you go. You lose the weight. I know he don't expect you to gain too much weight because then you have health issues. Yet again, he was there for you to support you and loved you and all of you, everything about you. We're going to listen to the rest of this little bit and then we're going to let go.
was assisting you.
Yes.
And just supporting you and
Yes.
being there for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Let's go, guys. Mistake number one. Look out for yourself.
I love this, brother. He said, look out for yourself. Mistake number one. That's true. You got to look out for yourself. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or woman. You better look out for you. Because you already know. Nobody knows you better than you.
Okay, maybe not just yourself, but you got to look out for yourself too, right? Your girl's leaving you behind, losing weight. That's a problem.
I lost the
That's
weight.
that part, guys.
I
Yeah, I wish I had a picture
My
for
y'all to
behaviors
see.
were different.
This sister,
I
Very
dressed
curvy.
differently. I
Lost
wore
a lot
more
of weight.
fitting clothes. I started to go out a lot more with my girlfriends, more than ever.
Right, right.
I started getting a lot of attention, a lot more attention from men. And
y'all hear that? Everything I'd already said. She started going out more with her girlfriends. And the key word, she started getting a lot more attention. You know how we tell our kids when they act a certain way, you got to put them in check? We say your head getting a little too big. Yes, there are some sisters' head get a little too big. Hate to say it. Hate to say it. Yet again, I'm going to leave that there right now. I'm going to leave that where that's at. I just had to let you guys see this because this is something that is not talked about, too much on podcasts enough, even in households that needs to be talked about so that your children, when they grow up, they can know how to deal with certain things. The young men know what type of woman that they should be with. The young ladies will know what type of man they should be with because we need the right people in the household. Don't get me wrong. There's some couples who married and they just stay together and one parent is still committing infidelity and the child is still seeing it. Thank God that this lady's child was still young and she wasn't old enough where she was seeing what was going on. Because I'm telling you, there's some people that do this stuff and their children see it and know it. Like, seriously. And don't care. And there's others that try to hide and think they hide it, but they're really not, because your child still see it. You'd be very amazed. The child still sees it. So again, to all my sisters out there and to all my brothers, don't put yourself in a situation where you're about to lose it all. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're about to lose it all. For those who are already in a relationship and you still have things going on within you, I recommend and highly recommend. It doesn't matter. I don't know where you go get it from, but please get it somewhere that is a reliable source, someone that has a heart for people, someone that will guide you and lead you in the right direction. If you know that you're going in your relationships with damage, do not go in there with it. If you're already there, go seek some type of guidance, so that as you go in this relationship further, you can nip everything at the bud and not allow you and this person's relationship put toxin in each other and carry it to another relationship. The reason why our people are going through is because we have never let go of damaged situations. We have never healed from wide open, deep wounds within ourselves. It's like you hear people talk about mental health. You heard this sister say she was depressed. She was already feeling like that. And you hear people talk about mental health so much, guys. Yet again, this is more than a mental health thing. This is a deep-rooted spiritual thing that's manifested in the physical. And it has to be handled. It has to be. And even when you lose weight, you can still lose weight, but doesn't mean you're eating the right proper things that nourish your psyche. And to my sisters, we are very, 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 very emotional creatures. And some of us can deny that all we want. I can admit to that as a woman. We're very emotional creatures when it comes to certain things. We really are. I'm not saying we overly emotional to the point we can't control ourselves. Some can't control. That is why you get situations now, and I've talked about this in my podcast before, like you guys heard about what Megan Stallion did. For those who know who Megan Stallion is, she's a hip hop female rapper. And she did one of her concerts where she said women don't need men. It's a little bit more she said than that off top of my head. Yet I was like, yes, we do. What you talking about? I don't know about you. Yes, we do. Now you can sit here all day and say you don't need no man, but let me tell you something. Yes, we do. Need a protector. I can't rely on my peace be still forever. Or Rover forever. But we need our men. We need our men. And we need our young men. And they need examples that will be the best to guide them to protect us. When you hear a hip hop slash female rapper talk like that, it goes to show you that, come on. I mean, with all due respect, I'm not trying to down her hustle, but I don't agree with what she does. That's on her. That's her life later on when she get up in her 40s, 50s, and 60s and 70s. I don't know how she's gonna look from now on, but I know that for you to go out there, you're putting that in younger generation's head, and then they're gonna have that in their mind, and that's what they're gonna think for the young ladies. And then the young men gonna be like, oh, well, they don't need us. We can do whatever. So we just do what we do with them and bounce. That's what they're gonna be saying. Honestly, that's what they're gonna be doing. And it's sad. Hey, hon, I see your Instagram. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those who still chiming in, this topic is on episode 37. Why do some women commit infidelity after losing weight? This is when you're married. Even if you are in a relationship, just know that, like I was talking about for those who watch Country Wayne, look at the situation with Amber and Wayne, and when she was marrying Anthony. If some people still do what they do and then they carry it into their marriage, then you wasted that person's time. And now you damaged them. So now the first thing that's in their psyche, they're gonna be saying, all women like this. Can't trust her. I've been hurt. Oh, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me the way that she did me. And I hate to say it, but this sister was very beautiful, but look what damage she could have caused. She still ain't even out of the hole yet. We don't even know in the next episodes from now. The few next episodes. Whoever gonna tell it. Somebody in there gonna tell it. I'm still playing catch up with me and the hubby. We still trying to play catch up. But thank you guys for chiming in today on episode 37. Why do some women commit infidelity after losing weight? For those who are going through this right now, if you're doing it, please stop. Please stop. This is not a bag. This is just a genuine heart telling you to stop. Because I don't desire anything to happen to you or the person you with. Because there's too much going on. People killing each other now. It's just too much. I don't even have to say no more. But just know that you're putting your life, that person's life, in jeopardy. And they're going out here doing some very damaging things. So to my sisters, if you're in a situation right now, you're doing that, you need to cut the cord now. You need to burn it, cut it, stump it, run away from it. However you do it. Get away. Get away. Because you do not know what type of trouble you are going to be bringing in. You got that right. Hey, auntie, I see you. Stop. You don't know what you're bringing in. You don't know what you're bringing in. And for those who don't believe in that, you do bring in spiritual issues. Women are receivers. Men are givers. That I truly believe. Yes. Because our body, everything within us is inside. And stuff still can be transferred. Spiritual or physical. Doesn't matter. So please, even to my brothers, if you know you out here doing something and you got a good woman and you are bringing what you bring into her, I'm telling you, they're not all sisters that are going to continue to accept it. They're not. No matter how long they've been with you, how long they plan on being married to you. You may think that they don't know. They know. There's some sisters, they know. They're just quiet. They just wait for the perfect time to blow your spot up. That's it. I'm going through that now with a few people I know. I'm helping. I tell them all the time, I don't condone, I don't believe in a divorce. I believe family really working it out. But when it's affecting your livelihood financially, when it's affecting your mental status and physical status, because trust me, I've had some who are going through stuff they got to live with for the rest of their life. And the person that was with didn't care because they was damaged. You know how people say damaged goods affect others and call them to be damaged goods. That's what they say. Yeah. So please, if you're in a relationship or if you're married, you need to stop. This is a must. And for those who are in a marriage and they know their spouse is doing it, don't stop being who you are, yet protect yourself. Protect your mind, your body, and your spirit. Because no one is going to love you but the God in you, which makes you the God and the goddess. That goes for men and women. I see and I experienced through life with those I know who's running around here on their deathbed, dying from diseases. Others have been paralyzed because the spouse found out and they've been shot up And now they paralyzed in a wheelchair. I've seen it all. Know it all. Stop. And if y'all already in that situation, my prayer and my heart goes out to you and that person, because I don't desire for anyone to be hurt. I don't fault people neither. That is something you have to hold with you now. And when you can hold yourself accountable, I applaud you. Because one day you going to save somebody else's life. You will. Remember that. You save somebody else's life because of the life journey that you went in to prevent them from having to go through what you've gone through or what you're going through now. Cut it at the cord. Burn it. Break that, because you don't need it to pass to your children. And if you got children involved, remember the children get affected by it too, guys. So with that being said, thank you guys for chiming in on Cynthia J podcast show. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe and share. If you guys haven't had a chance, go on YouTube, type in Cynthia J, Stretch Your Faith. I still have music out there. If you're looking for a birthing doula or know somebody looking for a birthing doula is someone that's next to a midwife. We're only certified to be there with you to help through like coaching, not delivering babies for like vaginal like a midwife would, but coaching you through the process, help you with healing, help you with your nutrition, help you with other ways, even help you after birth and you need some help around the house. We are there for you. Hit my link, go into my bio, hit that link and look up Healing Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. If you're also looking for an herbalist, I'm your herbalist, your inspirational healer as well. You're going to see all that information in my bio. And last but not least, I'll be putting out there on my podcast again and my platform that the time will be changing for my podcast now, because the time is changing over here in the US, especially in the big VA. And that starts, time changes in November, but I'm going to go ahead and change my time from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. now to prepare our bodies, because you know, guys, when that hour goes back, you lose an hour of sleep. And we need that sleep. Trust and believe. I need beauty sleep, and you need that beauty sleep and healthy sleep too for your body. Last but not least, get prepared for the holidays. Be safe out there at the end of this month for those who are taking their kids out trick-or-treating. I'm not with the Halloween thing no more, but I do believe in the harvest of uplifting, harvest of receive your abundance and your favor of whatever is supposed to be yours. And last but not least, make sure if you're looking for someone to come out, support, sing at weddings, doing seminars for the youth, I am your girl, Cynthia J. I will start my booking back again starting in November. So I love you guys. Stay tuned for those who are on Red Stream Podcast for commercial break. But for those who are on my TikTok and Instagram, I thank you guys for following. For TikTok followers, thank you for the 5K. Let's try to get up to at least 7K followers and bring some 7K views for this to help encourage and inspire other people. Again, I don't do this for entertainment. I do this to keep us aware of what's going on here in our households and going on around the world and so forth. Again, let's keep those who went through issues in Hawaii. Again, also for those who out there, please, I'm going to be doing a topic on too next time on how to handle situations dealing with police brutality, for my people, because it's been some more incidents occurring in the last few months that's going on out here. And it's very sad. I don't like it. It bothers me as, a Black American, as a mother. No one should ever have to go through, having to deal with some situations that's going to affect your family, especially my Black men. And as I always tell my husband, I love my Black men. I just love them. I mean, to all men, I still shoot out love to y'all, but again, it's nothing like my Black brother that's out there. I want to make sure you and my young men, and the young men are our future, and we need our young men. So with that being said, I need for you guys to continue to hit that like button, share with family and friends. Thank you guys for tuning in and loving on your sister. So Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready for more new things to come. Hit that like button and share. I love you guys. Have a blessed week.